evening, good evening. Hello, everybody. Good evening, Josh. How are you? My signal is awful. I do apologise about this. Weather sucks where I am right now, so I do apologise. I'm hoping I don't lose connection, but it wouldn't shock me if I do. But yeah, I'm all good. How is Josh? But yeah, it's going to be looking forward to this one. I'm a quarter Scottish, so I'm supporting the Rangers. Problem is my surname is German, so either way I'll win. So it's all good. Oh, sod off, Josh. Is it seriously? Is it really nice up there? Because I have a few areas on my phone to cover the weather. If you're seriously telling me it's nice up there, I'm going to cry. Yes, it is. Brilliant. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So, Devon, yeah, sucky. London, nice. Can't believe it. Oh, right. Just rub it in, Josh, why don't you? Yeah, no. Why did you think it was Leipzig? I told you it was Leipzig. Rangers, not Leipzig out. Is it? Yeah, that's right. Leipzig, not Rangers, not Leipzig out. To be fair, it was quite a shock. But they're in Seville. Wonderful Seville. Have a Seville orange. Highly recommend it. But yeah, it's no worries, mate. Thanks for checking in. Appreciate it. As always. See you later, Josh. But yeah. Yes, I will. You have to bear with me because I've just realised I forgot to put a file on. I'll try and turn the music down for this track. There we go. Shut that up this time. I will pause it. It doesn't just change. Okay, so we've got Kevin Trapp, El Mami Tole, Tuta, even Nadika. Oh, hang on, my phone's going mad now. That's what happens when you lean on your phone. Ansgar Nauf, Sebastian Roda, Gibril Sal, Philip Kostic, Jesper Lindstrom, Daichi Kamada, and Rafael Santos Borre. Now, I highly recommend that you watch out for Ansgar Knauf and Kamada. Those two players are phenomenal. They're like so good. I do apologise about the drop in quality. I just can't control that tonight. I think it could be like this whilst it rains. Alan McGregor in goal for Rangers, James Tavernier, Connor Goldson, Calvin Bassey, Borna Barisic, Ryan Jack, John Lindstrom, Ben Kamara, Ryan Kent, Joe Aribo, and Scott Wright. So that is the lineups for Rangers. Kind of looking forward to the game. Slightly nervous. I've been thinking all day about how this is going to happen. I just can't see Rangers doing it, to be honest. Yeah, it's going to be a tricky one, I reckon. But yeah, the Wi-Fi is playing up. There's literally nothing I can do about it, unfortunately. I'm hoping the weather improves. Hope it stays stable enough. Should do. I'm hoping it does. I do apologise if it doesn't. I will be here no matter what. I'll quite happy talk to myself, to be honest. I'll still watch it. But yeah, I need to look into getting one that you can plug into the room. I think the thing is, my Wi-Fi box is downstairs, literally below me. But yeah, it's just not working as well as I would like it to, unfortunately. Let's have a look. Seems a bit better now at the moment. So that's good. It just keeps going unstable. I do apologise, people. Yeah. What I will do, I'm going to have to also set up the half-time video, so I do apologise about that, because that will come up loud as well. Where are you? It's that one. No, I'm not going anywhere yet. Right, there we go. So I just need to get everything ready. I forgot, for some reason, I forgot to do that today. Don't know why. Normally I'm quite good with those, getting those videos ready for half time, but today I just forgot. It's mad. What other games are there tonight? I'm not sure if there is any, is there? I think Mansfield and Northampton are playing, aren't they? Is that one kicked off? Let's have a look. It's blooming warm as well. But yeah, for me, I'm finding it very hard to see Rangers win. I think it's more Frankfurt have really impressed me. The way that they attack, the way that their players work for each other is very impressive. So yeah, I just can't see Rangers doing it. I truly do hope I'm wrong, but I'm not getting from hot to really cold. Exactly, Moss. Let's go blue. Well, I hope it is. I hope that's what happens. I'm just struggling to work out how they're going to do it. Really do. I hope I'm wrong. To be fair, they outplayed us, so we've got nothing we can say. It is what it is. Yeah, and we were awful. They played absolutely brilliantly, and we were absolutely awful. And that is what I don't know if you've listened to Tom's show tonight, Moss, but I'd highly recommend it. Um, I'd highly recommend listening to Tom's show that he did at 3 o'clock our time, would have been 8 o'clock your time. But yeah, listen, King's on it as well. But there's some views that make some sense, and it's kind of where I am at. I'm quite happy to give him the summer. I'm quite happy to give him 10 games next season, but there has to be a point for me where enough will be enough, and that's where the base have to go. Yeah, okay, this isn't what we're expecting. I watched a stupid video earlier. I don't know why I even watched it, but I did. And I swear I wish I could have jumped through the screen and just screamed at him, because what he sees is beyond me. I'm baffled by what he sees, because I swear he's doing it just to get famous now, because I can't see any explanation why he's doing it, because he's not seeing what I'm seeing, and I watch a lot of football, and if I felt that I could agree with him, I'd go. Yeah, King was on Tom's show earlier. Go and check it out. He did one. He did a live call-in show. It's over 2 hours long. It was an awesome show. Really enjoyed it. If I wasn't didn't have Blake, I would have tried to call him myself. But yeah, if you can listen to it, Moss, it's a really good show. I enjoyed it. Totally. It's very good, very good, very good. The players are just coming out now. There's a lot of weird stuff on the pitch. I have no idea what they're meant to be representing. I don't know if they're meant to be wiggling and showing their lights at the same time. I don't know. I'm struggling. Yeah, what definitely shot. Hello, Peony. Yeah, but I definitely watched it. It was really, really good. It shows two totally different sides of the spectrum of Arsenal fans in a calm, nice, civilized conversation. And yeah, it's really good. I highly recommend it. Thank you, Moss. I appreciate it. But yeah, I'd highly recommend Tom's show today. I thought it was really, really good. Big up Tom for doing what he did, because one person called in that we all know who he's part of, and yeah, he had a civilized conversation with him, and it was really good. I thought it was really good. Gross. How do you say mine? Bombay. Bombay. That's literally what I think you're saying. Bombay. Always make me smile, Chris. Oh dear, it's funny. All right, so we got a Slovenian, Slavko Vincic. And we got a VAR that's from Netherlands. Offside VAR. Why have we got two VARs? Yeah. Yeah, I saw your stuff about Football London. Is he the one that wrote it? Because I wasn't sure. I don't read the articles. I don't give him the time, to be honest. But did he write that article about Jonathan David? Or was it one of his... Where was he on? Where did you get him from? Where did you get Sporer from? I thought it was one of the better signings of yours, to be honest. Oh, okay. Well, then it's not Tom's fault, is it? It's the problem when they work for those type of things, though, isn't it? It's like 90 Men and Football London. It's sometimes you have to work with people that are going to disagree with you. I think Tom still does have the same stance of Jonathan David, so I hadn't read it. I don't bother giving them time. Hello, King. I saw you were on the show earlier. It's fantastic. I really enjoyed. You and me, King, are pretty much on the same view with Mikel Arteta. There are a few little things that just I have concerns about. But yeah, you're brilliant. Yeah, I've got my juice, Grace. I've got my juice. I have to have my juice, because otherwise my mouth will be so dry I can't talk. Right, so they're kicking off. Literally underway. Here we go. Can Rangers do it? Let's find out. Oh, I need to put the score up. Not that you won't know what the score is anyway, due to the fact I'm telling you about it, but I have my juice. I have everything ready. I love that. I'd love that. Try and add me on Discord if you can, King. Ask Moss how to add me on Discord, and we'll chat. Because I'd love to have you on. Because yeah, me and you have the same views. I'm quite happy to give him the summer, and I'm quite happy to give him 10 games. But there is going to be a cut-off point for me with Mikel Arteta. Oh, 2-1 Rangers. So I'm behind my score predictions. I think it's going to be 3-1 to Frankfurt, personally. Yeah, definitely. I'd love to do that. He does. I love King. He's awesome. That's why I'm so glad I got him into the TTF Discord for you guys. Yeah, Bobby. I quite like it, actually. I hate my name being said. It's annoying. I quite like that one. It makes it more fun. Extra time, yeah. 2-1 extra time. Oh, I don't want extra time. I did the penalty game last night. I was over 3 hour long stream last night. I was so tired. I want a nice. But Frankfurt are on attack right now. Kamada's is one to look out for, and Knauf, their right wing back, kind of right winger. He's been phenomenal. I've been really impressed with him. But yeah, I think 3-1. Yeah, it's just. Yeah, well, there's been more stuff come out actually to do with McBurney. One of the footballers is going to get into trouble as well. I hate my name, Grace. So horrible to hear my name. Is that what you've heard? Well, I've heard that he's pretty much signed up for Barcelona at the moment. That's what I've heard. To be honest, this summer's going to be mental. Absolutely mental. Like, yeah, it's going to be the craziest summer for transfers for me. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, I think he only wants Barca. I'd be shocked if he came to England. But here comes Rangers. To Rebo. Just slips at the end. Is that good out for a corner? Is it good out for a corner or a throw in? I can't see. Why can't they ever tell me if it's a corner or a throw in? Stupid commentators. Just loses his foot in there. So it's a throw into Rangers. Okay. That was it. Oh no, I don't doubt what you say, Grace. It's just I read a story about 10 minutes ago that there's some photographic stuff that's happened at the Barcelona shop that someone's managed to get Lewandowski printed on the back of a Barcelona shirt. So, what's my time? It is 4:25, 4:26, 4:27, 4:28, 4:29, 4:30. I hope that helps, mate. Yeah, what's the age difference between the two brothers? Because James is about 28, isn't he? I mean, oh, wow. Someone's taken a really nasty studs to the head there. I think it's one of those where you know we always talk about when the player ducks to head the ball and the other player is using his studs. Yeah. Oh, ouchie. Oh, to be. That is a high foot, but it also does lean down. Yeah. That's definitely not serious. Wow. I do think it's Marcus, isn't it? Marcus is definitely got a bright future from what I've seen of him so far. Yeah, but he does see that. No, I don't think he's saying it's you commentating or announcing Grace, don't worry. I think he's just realising that he said the word woman. What was that? Yeah, Barca definitely need to, but see their remit of keep signing old players is gonna just wear thin again, isn't it? Let's be honest. It's madness. They're never going to get any money for their players. They're just going to keep signing old players. I'd love to look at their finances. I really would. Which would be so interesting. Oh, it definitely could have been way worse than that. Big star. I think it's going to be. Oh, he's just strapping him up now, so he should be okay. It would have been harsh to give him anything for that, like a yellow or a red, because his foot was high, but I don't know who it is that's down. I think it might be Rhoda, but he did duck his head, so you know. I've said so many times. I can't possibly comment, King, but something doesn't smell right at Barca, does it? Let's be honest. But I would like to look at their books because no, 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 not having him. Yeah, to be honest, I'm trying to. The reason I haven't responded is because I don't. I'm trying to work out who else they could sign. So obviously, Mbappe is going to Real Madrid. They're going to have to sign someone big, aren't they? There's no way Ronaldo's going to be tempted away from United to go to Barcelona. So yeah, you're probably spot on, Pini. To be honest, is Lewandowski will. So they're back underway here. I'm very happy with Gakpo. I'll agree with the Gakpo one. Memphis and David, I'm not sure about. To be honest, the reason I'm not sure is because I don't know what they're doing in Ketia. I'm just so Glenn Helder. That's all I'm going to say, Moss. Glenn Helder. um, yeah, exactly. It's a concern to me is how the Spanish clubs can do this. I oh yeah, Pogba's a chance, isn't he? I don't think there's been any talk of him going to Barcelona at all, is there? I honestly do think this window is going to be absolutely crazy. I think they're going to break all sorts of records for spend, and because Newcastle are going to spend a fortune, well, as much as they're allowed to anyway, within FFP. Um, City look like they're going to be spending big. They've already spent over 50 million already. I'm just scared about what Arsenal are doing. That's what I'm scared about. I like the fact we've signed this youngster, Marquinhos. But how soon can he start playing for us? Here comes Kamada. Oh, I need to clear it, Rangers. Come on, clear it. Good save by McGregor. Yeah, he's my favourite. Always has been. I'm not commenting on stuff like that. Weirder things have happened in our league, let's be honest, but I just can't see it happening. But then we also have to beat Everton. And that's not a given. I don't care what anyone says, but that's not a given. We have been getting things very wrong the last two games. So to say that we're going to beat Everton, nah. It's not going to be as easy as we would like it to be. I would love a 4-1 win, Tony Adams style against Everton, but can't see it happening. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of money going around all over the place. Oh, God. You're all making me saying, yeah, Kamada. That's what I said. Kamada, not Canada. I'll just call him Canada then. Canada. Canada scores. That's an awful trying to do an American Canadian accent there. Kamada scores. Absolutely awful. I cannot do accents. But yeah, it's just going to be a bit mad tonight, to be honest. I hope someone does really well. I hope Rangers, like, for me, Rangers are going to have to overperform tonight because I've seen enough of both squads now to say that Frankfurt are definitely the better team. But yeah, what shirt's coming out for Arsenal tomorrow? Is it all the shirts tomorrow? Because isn't there a big shirt launch tomorrow, 19th of May? Or was it? No way. Yeah, well, this guy Japanese, I think, Kamada. Kamada. Oh, is it the home one? I'm not that bothered by that one. Which one are you excited about, King? I'm not excited about the home one. I never have been. I've always been an away kit fan. Don't know what it is. No way. Kanata. That's cool. I think if you think about it, though, Moss, the reason the pinks come into it because that is on some of the training kit. I think that pink. So they've kind of gone. Oh, that pink's quite nice. We'll go with that. It's not one I'm looking forward to. Oh yeah, yeah. That was a lovely kit. That one. I just love the away kits. Always have. They're always more interesting to me. Ooh, that sounds good. I hope the weather picks up for you. Because it's raining here, so if my internet drops, I do apologise. I've got. Yeah, it's not something I'm looking forward to be honest. I'm looking forward to the black one. I think it's to do with this Stella McCartney thing. I think it's sort of something to do with Stella. Yeah, that sounds a good plan, to be honest. Yeah, I think, yeah, the black one's just going to rock on everybody. I just love the black shirt. It's just so it looks so nice. I've got obviously, King. You probably don't know much about me, but I live by the Wolves ground, and I've got their black and gold kit, which is like mainly black with gold flecks in it. I just love black kits. I just think they're just amazing. I wanted to get the IX one as well. I think it's yeah. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the contract deal is with her. To be honest, I haven't heard enough. To be honest, what man isn't messy? We're all messy. It takes me ages to clear up after I do this. Make an absolute mess in the bedroom. But we're 18 minutes in. Frankfurt has been slightly the better side. I think the quality of the defenders for Frankfurt is going to be a problem as well. They've got some. The Dika is, yeah, a very good centre back. Oh, okay. You know what, King? I didn't have a clue where you were. I live fairly close to someone that we both know, Tariq. Yeah, it would be. With everything they've been through for the past 5 years, it would just be a beautiful story. I'd love it. No, it's okay. I could totally get you, to be honest. Oh, Knauf nearly scored for Frankfurt. The guy that I did say that we should keep an eye on because I really do rate this kid. This kid is really good. He's very talented. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Um, yeah, I think they'd be very hard pushed not to find anyone that's. Oh, it'd be very hard to find anyone that's. You guys are crazy. 20 minutes in. Come up to 21st minute now. Here comes over. Is it me or does it look like there's way more Rangers fans than there are Frankfurt fans? Might be wrong. Probably am actually because I think those ones are Frankfurt now. But it's like this big corner of just white. Literally just white shirts, white baseball caps. It looks amazing. To be fair, it looks incredible. It kind of looks like Viennetta. It really does. It's weird. Sorry, I've missed all your comments here. Yeah, it was. It was Glenn Kamara. It was against. Oh, who was it against? Was it against Prague? Yeah, she was. Oh, was that? That's where your dad works, isn't it? Switzerland. Yeah, she's. Yeah. I have a feeling King thought you might be slightly older, Grace. uh, yeah. Game has died down a bit now, to be honest. Rangers just literally kicking it about. I don't think Frankfurt feel very threatened, though. That's the thing. Here comes rain. Kent, but he's blocked out. Oh, no, he's won it back. Oh, no, he's lost it again. That was quite a good attempt at an attack there with Ryan Kent down the ring. Come on. And Frankfurt doing a slight. Oh, they've won the press with Kamada, but no, Rangers got it back again. Rangers need to be careful. It's like a very slow press by Frankfurt. It's not constant. It's like they'll let you play around a bit, slowly push up and push up and push up until you snap. No worries, Grace is Grace is just awesome. Very fun to talk to. It's going a little bit cagey at the moment. Rangers are slowly probing. Oh, what a great shot by Rebo, but brilliant reffing here. Is he going to put it back for the free kick? Is he putting it back for the free kick after the shot? Or don't think he is he? But Scott Wright clearly fouled, and then a Rebo with a fantastic shot, slightly wide of the post. Brilliant shot. Oh, that tackle is nasty. Jeez. I think they're having a cooling break. There's a cooling break in this game. It's news to me. You've got a favourite Kardashian? Jeez. Oh, there isn't. Oh, that's John Jensen. That's easy. I enjoyed watching him play. I know it's a mad one, but I enjoy John Jensen. After, because you've taken out my main ones, John Jensen's my next one. Like the least. You guys are mad. So if the quality drop, it's just raining here. There's nothing I can do about it. For some reason, when it rains, the quality goes absolutely awful. We're still on their cooling break at the moment. I don't know why it's that hot in Spain. Is it that hot in Spain? Just rub it in whilst it's raining here. It's absolutely boiling in Spain. You're crazy. Be kind to each other. Be kind. I can't stand that family though. Just demoted. One's just married a drummer from one of my favourite groups. But other than that, I have no interest in them at all. Well, that was quite clearly a foul, Batty. I don't know why you're moaning. It's easily John Jensen for me. Be interesting what yours is, Moss, actually, because you're same era as me, so I'm wondering what yours is. Yeah, they're good ones. John Jensen just always made me smile because that was when I used to go to Highbury, like pretty much every game, and the fans and the fans with John Jensen were just fantastic because he always put effort in. It was his shooting. His shooting was awful. But yeah, it always made me laugh. Yeah, go. Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, long one was good. Yeah. Yeah. Good old Rocky. No idea why yours is Shamak. That guy gave me a headache. Seriously gave me a headache, that dude. I remember when we signed him from Bordeaux. And I never knew why we were signing him because I watched him at Bordeaux and I was like, why are you signing him? He was shocking. He scored a lot of goals for Bordeaux. Pretty sure it's Bordeaux. But yeah, it's just not for me. Total attempts 10 for Frankfurt, 1 for Rangers. We're 30 minutes in so far. Okay. Hang on 2 seconds, guys. Need to get rid of that person. How do we get rid of that? Where are they? Is it just coming from my screen? It is, isn't it? No, sorry, there's a message that's come through from Twitch and just trying to find a way that trying to get rid of it. Give me 2 seconds, guys, see if I can get rid of this comment. Don't think I can. I'll leave it. We signed a lot of dodgy ones. Chris Kawamia. Can any of you remember that? We signed him from Ipswich Town, which were not far from where I was at the time. Yeah, we've signed some awful players. This is where like I get bothered by a certain Arsenal YouTuber that is my age, and he says, "Oh, Arsenal are all this great and all this rubbish," and I'm like, "Mate, I swear you're deleting some of your history of Arsenal because we've signed some awful players, really bad." Yeah, jeez, that hair gel. It is actually quite like it. That's why I enjoyed putting it on the ticket. To be honest, I love my little thumbnails. Yes, yes. Portman Road. I recommend that you don't Google Portman Road Ipswich, though, whilst you'll be shocked at what else that place is famous for in Ipswich. Oh, jeez. Rangers have definitely come into this game a bit more now, which is impressing me. I think Frankfurt are a bit gazumped on how to play, which is what I was hoping for. If Rangers were going to win this, they would have to stop Frankfurt from playing the way that Frankfurt play. So very attacking, very good. Sorry, for some reason I put my juice right in front of the TV, so I can't see the TV. Stupid. Spot on, King. Spot on. I don't mind differing opinions, and I really don't. But there is one person in our fan base that is very anti. To want your club to lose is, for me, just you can't understand it. If you support your club, you want them to win. You don't want them to lose. It's like having a child and wanting them to fail in everything in life. It makes no sense. That's the only person I have a problem with. And his little army. Need I say anymore? Yeah, Carney was good. Shavin was all right. He didn't really excite me as much as some of our signings. Yeah, he was a bit of a legend, but same as Carnu. But yeah, I prefer Carnu. Yeah, there's a there's a certain branch. I just they make me feel sick. But then there was one person um, on a show the other on against about Monday's game, and I swear to you, that guy. Oh, Lundstrom with a header just tipped over by Trapp. I swear I don't know what he's watching. I just don't know what he watches because he watches a different game from pretty much everybody else that I've watched the reviews, and I obviously watched the game myself. Tariq did it as well. So to hear this one person talk about this stuff, and I'm like, what are you on about? I swear people just do things just for the fun of it. exactly. It's the hate. It's that hate. I just can't. This guy just wants to insult people, insult the fan base, call us names, and I'm like, why? Why are you doing this? It doesn't benefit anybody. If anything, it's caused pain for some people. I know that there's some people that have listened to him and they've got families similar to mine, where for me, Arsenal have been in my family for like over 100 years. Not a lot of people can say that, but it becomes offensive sometimes. So I'm way back on your comments here, guys. Yeah, it's the best thing. Sorry, it's been missed your comment. There's being positive, but then there's also I see some positivity, but they won't listen to other people's views. Like if you get the chance, Peony, as well, watch Tom's show earlier, and you'll see what I mean. Where it's okay to have differing opinions as long as you are kind about it. Arsenal fans or any football fan, to be fair, are never going to agree on everything in football because it would be very boring if we did. To be honest, we'd have nothing to talk about. But it's when, like me, I'm not a fan of Mikel Arteta. I'm not, but I'm not going to be hated on or picked on for not supporting Mikel Arteta. There's definitely people I've spoke to on Discord that are like, "Oh, you should support Mikel. Why should I? Who's told me to? I support Arsenal. That's why I support Arsenal. That's the bit that matters to me. If that makes sense. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I was trying to get a 1989 shirt the other day. Not as easy to get as I was hoping it was. Yeah, that branch definitely does suck. So I'm way back on your comments here, guys. I do apologise. I don't hate him. It's not that I hate him. I just don't think he's good enough. That's not me hating him. That's just I just don't. There's. I'm hoping I'm wrong because I want the best for Arsenal, but I see some chinks in his armory that I worry about. That's me. I look at Mikel Arteta and I'm thinking, okay, can you do this? Can you do that? Currently hasn't proved it to me yet. I'm hoping I'm wrong, but yeah, that's just my view on him. I think that there is a point to that. I in my opinion, it's I struggle. I struggle with understanding you supporting a football team, but then hating pretty much everything about it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, what do you like about? I'd love to sit him down and say, okay, well, do you tell me what you like about it? Because if not, take a break. Take a break. Have a Kit Kat. Oh, sorry. Yeah. No, Potsy's different. Potsy is actually from where I was born. Um, Potsy doesn't do it. He's very. What I will say about Potsy is he's very much similar to my whole family, where he's just passionate about his club and he just wants the club to be back where where we should be, which is challenging. And he won't be happy until that's happened. But he doesn't want us to lose. He doesn't want us to get knocked out of cups and stuff. He does want us to win. He just says it how it is. And to be fair, I like Potsy, so I have no idea. Yeah, To be honest, I wanted Wenger to leave probably 5 years before he did, probably. But I still supported the club. I was never going to be going Wenger out, Wenger out. And, if I'm going to watch the club, and I'm never going to go, oh, Wenger out, because that makes no sense. I've gone there to enjoy the football, support my club. But yeah, Wenger should have left about 5 years before he did. But I didn't realise that a certain fan base, a certain fan channel, had so much power on that. I didn't know until recently. It's mad. Yeah, definitely. If you don't like something, tune out from it. That's what I say. That's what I do. I protect myself. I put my little bubble around me, and I'll just protect myself from any stuff that I just don't need in my life. There's just certain things I just don't need. Oh, if it's a tug of the shirt, why has he gone down like he's been shot by a sniper rifle? Yeah, tug of his shirt, but it went down like he'd been shot. Yeah, well, that's what you need to do sometimes. Just take yourself away from the situation, and yeah, I've become very quiet on Discord, and there's a lot of stuff that happens on Discord that you just go, is it worth commenting? No, so I don't. But when someone says something that I go, oh yeah, I really love that, then I'll go, yeah, big up, and then you'll have a nice conversation with them, But I do loads of other stuff as well. That I have to look after my mental health at the end of the day, because it's a fight every day for me. So I just do everything I need to keep myself ticking over. Coming up to half time now. To be honest, you know what, Pete? I've not been in that morning show for so long now. I don't even if it's a thing anymore. To be honest, I don't know. I just because when I used to watch it at 8, I was also like getting Blake ready for school, and it was kind of hard listening to it and being interactive at the same time. So I just thought, you know what, I'll end up reading that stuff in the news anyway. To be fair, Tom's done. I like Tom, but there are some crazy people in that chat, and not the ones that go on Discord. Discord people are really good, most of them. But yeah, there's some really weird people in there in the chat. To be honest, don't really get it. What was it earlier? It was there was this guy earlier. He was being so weird. But then, to be fair, I did a stream last night. I had one absolutely crazy person in my chat last night. Honestly, yeah, it's literally it's the. And to be fair, I'm not sure if Tom's got any moderators. I think he'd probably do with some moderators, to be honest. But like last night, I had someone to come in my chat and can I show him something? And I was like, okay, you're just getting blocked. I just had no words. I was like, what? I'm thinking, just I'm just watching football. I'm like, whatever. And I'm like, oh geez, You can't make it up. But here comes Frankfurt. They've got 6 minutes of injury time, people. It's already looking like it's going to be a long night. Oh, jeez. I can't actually see anyone scoring at this rate. But yeah, I'm going to have to sort out moderators, I think, at some point. Because, yeah. Oh, jeez. Hay fever. Nightmare. I hate hay fever. Makes my eyes itch. it's a bit like Las Vegas, isn't it? it's a little bit crazy. It's a little bit crazy. It's like I've only just started doing social media, like Twitter and Instagram, for this water stuff, and I just get weird messages from out of nowhere, and I'm like, "What are you on about?" I'm just trying to do my own thing, and it's quite funny because some of the subscribers I actually know, and they're doing it. They've subscribed to monitor stuff, which are, you know, and I'm like, this is just hilarious because they're probably reading some of these comments and they're like, "What are you on about?" Oh, it's really hot. Yeah, you're right. It's like Elon Musk is trying to get Twitter in, and it's like, what are you doing, mate? Because honestly, if he unbans a certain ex-American someone, it's going to be mad. I won't be happy if he's back on there. So that guy is just dangerous. But yeah. So I'll just waffle. The game has there's not much happened. I would tell if anything exciting happened in the game, but I've got a feeling this is going to be an extra time penalties game. I'm so hoping I'm wrong. I did 3 hours last night. No, not that again. I've done it again. Can't close that one, can I? Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, I've not had any problems on Twitter. I've had problems on Instagram so far. So I just pretty much keep this to myself and my eyes. Sorry, my eyes. I'm struggling with hay fever. What's this? What's this? Oh, that is one of the ones I can't stand in there. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you what happened. When I joined Tom's Discord, Vinny does what Vinny does, ask you questions and stuff. And then he says, "How much do you hate Chelsea?" And I says, "I don't really hate Chelsea." I says, "Well, you're not my type of person then." I'm like, "What?" And I'm like, everyone has their own love for their club, and I'm an advocate for having all these fantastic clubs in the world because they're important for families and communities and stuff. So yeah, I'm never going to talk down about a team, and he's never spoke to me since. So I'm like, whatever. Yeah, I just thought that was mad. I saw that conversation yesterday. I was like, I was thinking, geez, mate, just shut up. Because I was getting where you come from, because I don't agree with what some of these kids choose, their countries and stuff. Big up for him for doing Mexico. I'm a little bit confused by. Well, I'm not confused either, actually, if you think about it. Hudson Odoi and Nketiah are going to Ghana because they're never going to get in the England team. But I think if you've chosen an age, chosen a country at a younger age, I think you should have to stick to that. I don't think you should be able to move from one country to another just like that. It's not pick and choose. Yeah, exactly. But I'm quickly going to go and sort out my son, so I will be back very shortly. Okay, guys. I'm back, and the internet went as well whilst I was gone, so that was really helpful. What we've been talking about, currently on half time, so I'll go through your comments. Oh, it's mad, isn't it? Yeah, if anything, he should have either chosen Canada or Germany, to be honest. Not England, in my opinion. That's my opinion. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Moss, just be you. There's nothing wrong with you being you, I tell you. There's some people on there that shouldn't be themselves, but they are, and that's, for me, it's... Oh, hello. What's going on? No, it's all right. Sorry, the TV went then. But just be you, Moss. Sod everyone else. That's what I say. It's mad. Who's Batman? I'm Batman. Oh, hang on. I'm Batman. Who's your favourite Batman, Beanie? Oh, my eyes. This hay fever today is just awful. So annoying. Exactly. I'm not going to be expected to like everybody, and I don't expect everyone to like me, and I don't. From where I've come from, I don't care if people don't like me, to be honest. I've had a lot worse happen to me than people not like me. So there's a lot of people that I work alongside and they don't like me because I'm opinionated. I don't really care, to be honest. Oh, Adam West. Well, okay. It's not one you hear very often, but yeah, Adam West is a good shout. But yeah, mine's always going to be Michael Keaton. Always added humour for me in a dark way as well, not like a... Exactly. If you're happy with yourself, there's no need to change. As long as you think you're a good person, you know, that's how I look at it. As long as I know I'm a good person, don't really care what other people think about me. You know, I've got zero time for people that want to cause... Nah, good shout, to be fair. I'm glad you didn't go for Clooney or is it Kilman? No, Kilmer. Is it Val Kilmer? What's his name again? Is it Val Kilmer? Can't think of his name now. But that guy, yeah, that was a bad choice. Clooney was alright, but just didn't do it for me. Christian Bale, I hear a lot. I've not actually watched those ones. Mainly because I don't like Christian Bale in any movies. He doesn't really. I always go if I like someone in another movie, I'll give whatever movie they're in next. And if someone's in a movie that say, "Oh, you should watch this," all right, who's in it? Well, I don't like him, don't like that person, so I'm not going to watch it. So yeah, my brain's weird, I think. Yeah, mate. I live. Wolverhampton is like one of the most multicultural places you'll ever see. It's mad. There are literally 3 people that are English down my road of 100 houses. Every different country culture is down this road, and we all get on. Um, but people look at me because I'm white, because I'm ginger, and I do say ginger because they look at me in a weird way. They think, "Oh, he's a racist," and I'm like, I, I was brought up by an Indian mother in an Indian family, and God, that TV's bright. Jeez. Um, well, yeah. I'm just going to laugh at that. I'm not. Can't say why, but I'm just going to laugh at that. Um, I might give them a go then. Are they worth it? Are they worth giving it a go? I've just never been that convinced to watch them. Don't know why. It's mad, mate. I think what they might be talking about with Ukraine is the Yemen situation. Um, I don't think we're treating Ukraine differently because they're white. I think it's a case of it's a situation that we can get involved in. I think there's other situations in the world that are so dangerous to get involved in. So I think that the West try and keep out of it as much as they can. I'm not sure. Just that's just my opinion. I just think we might choose to stay out of certain situations because it become very messy. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you have to be the right type of person, don't you, to play both personas really? Because Bruce Wayne and Batman, same person, I know, just like Superman is, but you have to be the right type of Bruce Wayne, don't you? Okay, I might give him a yeah. Is that the Yemen and Syria? It's much messier than what Ukraine is. It's much messier. Um, I hate the fact that what's happening out there, and obviously what happened to Mo Haida from AFTV with his stance on it as well was so mean to him. But they should all be talked about in the same way. But when it comes to actually doing something about it, people need to understand that the Yemen and Syria situation is so more complex than what Ukraine is. Yeah, exactly. This is the thing, isn't it? It's so more complex than it is anything else. It's madness. I love how we've got to like serious talk on a watch along. Oh dear. I'm hoping this doesn't go to extra time. Really am. I don't know if you got the energy to do it. The arm guard at this game is mad. Hello, Tariq. You're alright, mate. I tell you, the weather's playing up so badly with Sky here. I don't know about you, Tariq, but my Sky just keeps freezing every 2 seconds. Oh, what's going on? What? Come on, Sky, work for me. Work. I think I'm. The thing just keeps. Yeah, exactly what we walked into. I've literally done that on the meeting. I've walked into a conversation. I've gone, okay, I'm out of here. Oh, they've got flares going on in the corner there. I think it's BT that have got a connection issue. I think because the picture's playing, but the sound isn't that great. But here comes Frankfurt. Flares going. Here comes Nauf out for a corner. Hang on. To be honest, I'm not sure, but I do know who you're on about. Gianni's a nice guy. The other one, I'm not sure about who he is. He's just, for me, just quite a rude person, to be honest. Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. How's the far? Frankfurt started off really well, and then it just kind of became a cagey match, to be honest. Rangers are doing quite well. Frankfurt are doing well. I was expecting more of a Frankfurt offensive, to be honest, but they've disappointed me from what I've seen them in previous games. They have disappointed me somewhat. Yeah, the flares are mental. My eyesight's not great at the best of times. It's not helping on the screen that's just full of smoke. It's mad. Yeah, yeah, it's been a little bit weird today. A little bit weird, I have to say. Yeah, just a little bit weird. Little bit weird. But Tom Shea was really good this afternoon. I really enjoyed that. It was great to see King in there. It was good to hear some opinions on what they're expecting, really. I'm back. So the internet is just absolutely awful. Absolutely crazy. It's, yeah. As Tariq probably can tell you, is weather's not great where we are at the moment. And it's just playing on my internet badly. It's very annoying. I do apologise, guys. I'm hoping I'm all back up and running. Yeah, I'm back, mate. No, I didn't know until it went in my ear that the internet went off, and I was like, oh, right. I can't now. I do apologise, people. I just can't control the can't control the weather. The weather is shocking here right now. It's a weird one. It's weird. Sometimes the internet doesn't get affected by the weather, but if it's quite heavy, and it's quite heavy at the moment, is the internet just goes off. It's like my phone's disconnected, and thankfully the only thing that doesn't go off is the it's not a storm, mate. It's just horrid weather. Yeah, exactly. I'm glad I'm not the only one because it's so annoying. It's so annoying. When I read that the weather forecast for tonight was raining, I was thinking, please don't affect the internet tonight, please. Mine is fibre, but it's when it comes in the house. That's when it gets affected. I think the Europa League is disrespected way more than it. Because look what you can win now. What happens when you win it? You get a space in Champions League. That is a one heck of a prize. You know, there's obviously a money prize too, but being entered into, oh, here comes Bore out for a corner. No, I don't think there's a penalty there. It's a weird one round here. I'm guessing Tariq knows the same as well. Is as soon as it starts to rain around here, the satellite gets affected, the internet gets affected. It's so weird. I'll never like the only thing I don't like about the Europa League. All right, this is the only thing I don't like about European competitions. Right, if you get knocked out for the Champions League, as far as I'm concerned, you're out. You shouldn't be allowed to go into the next one down. If you're out, you're out. Because that gives everyone the chance that's in that competition in the first place. If you qualify for Europa League through your league or whatever, or cup win from whatever country, you're not all of a sudden going to get a Real Madrid that finished third in their league that get entered. Do you know what I mean? It's that has been my big problem with these competitions. I hate it. I think if you're out, you're out. You shouldn't get a second chance, and you certainly shouldn't get a second chance against a club that has probably done really well to get into the Europa in the first place. You know, because they have so many qualifying rounds and stuff. It's hard to get into Europa League. There's so many qualifying rounds. But yeah, sorry, I'm just yeah, exactly. Oh, here comes Rangers. Ryan Kent. Wide. Pulled it wide. Come on, Rangers. Yeah, I had a feeling Marcus would probably be there tonight because James. I watched an interview with James before that he was like he was the person that had to get everyone tickets and stuff. Yeah, that's my problem. It just bothers me. It gives these big clubs, and they are big clubs because if you've got like a group of death, like let's say Real Madrid, Juventus, City, and Benfica or something, all get drawn in a group, and let's say Real Madrid get knocked out because they're third. Well, they're going to be in Europa League. Like seriously? But yeah. Yeah. Not sure, mate, to be honest. I just wish they just if you get knocked out, you get knocked out. It's simple for me, in my opinion. Just get knocked out, you get knocked out. How's your hay fever, Trix? Mine is awful. Oh, here comes Joe Rebo. Goal! Yes! Yes! Come on, Rangers. You can do this. Rebo. Pretty sure there's no issues with goals here. My internet might go again. I'm just warning you. We'll be back if it does go. So Tutor slips, gives the Rebo the chance to go through, puts it, rolls it just past trap. Brilliant stroke. Nice and calm. Beautiful. Fantastic. This is mad. Yeah, there's definitely no issues with any VAR or anything like that. So I'll be with your comments in a minute, guys. I'm just one. I do know the quality's gone down drastically. I see what minute that was. I'm pretty sure that's the 57th. Yeah, that was right. Oh, I hate when that happens. There we go. Tutor's had to go off now. The internet might go off again, guys. I'm just warning you. I will be back if it does go. It doesn't go off for very long. It disconnects for some reason. It's mad. Because even the sky's playing up now. Jeez. So, Gary, I don't have a game on. Is there now 1-1? I don't know. Don't know what's going on here. Yeah, he definitely, yeah, Tuchel kind of just had a mare, to be fair. Mind you, I found it quite funny just typing his name, to be honest, tonight. This guy's just playing up now. Oh, come on, Weber. Play nice. Play nice. So glad I've not been doing this until Saturday again. What's the weather going to be like on Saturday? Awful. No, my luck, it will be. You know what, Grace? I don't know, Moss, because I couldn't see it because my Sky was playing up. Yeah, I've been enjoying the playoffs when I can watch them. I'm going to check the weather for Saturday. It's going to be okay. Yeah, I'm doing that. But not this weekend, the following weekend, won't it? Yeah. Yeah, it's a fun place to be. Hopefully my connection stays okay for a bit now. So it's 60 minutes in, guys. I'm going to have to put the fan on so hard. Oh, don't play up again. Come on, internet. This weather is just awful. I'm pretty sure it's a week this weekend. So it's the same weekend as Champions League final. Like the 28th, 29th of May. Something like that. I hope my internet does not break again. There's a possibility it might. I can see screen, I just can't hear nothing because this sky is doom-headed. I actually do not know what happened to that defender, that Tutor. I don't know how he managed to fall over. Does he? I don't know if he's good enough for the Premier League. That's my only problem. I don't think he's good enough for the Premier League. Not in my opinion. Might be in someone else's opinion, but in my opinion, I don't think he's good enough for the Champions League. Personally, that's just me. Sorry. That's just me. So we're 62 minutes in now. Hay fever, I can't stand. Exactly, King. I'm pretty sure King knows about enough in the TGT. There's enough crazy people in there, but there's also a lot of nice people in there as well. And I just, you know, whoa. So I've just read a story there that just shocked me. Wow. But yeah. Let's get back to the King. Seriously. So I'm just going to have a look and see how bad this weather is, because honestly, it's making me feel like we're in the middle of a storm. No, it's not. It's not even rain that is like really heavy. It's that fine rain that soaks you through, as Peter Kay would say. But honestly, it's playing with the the sky at the moment. There's literally no reason for it. You guys are mad. Well, 64 or 65 minutes now. Well, they're saying that Rangers have played 14 times in Spain and only won once. In 1972. That's mad. I've been disappointed with Frankfurt, though. I've seen them play so much better than this. Happens to the best of us, doesn't it, I suppose? But I've not been impressed with them tonight. I'm wondering how long it'll be until it becomes a bit more feisty, because the tackles are starting to flying a bit now. Yeah, I've got Scottish, English, Portuguese, and Norse. Oh, ow. I hope you're okay. Make sure you put some cold water on it. Cold compress. As quick as you can as well. Kamada's just hit over. It's just not clicking for Frankfurt tonight, and if my internet goes again, I do apologise. It's just shocking quality of tonight. I don't know what's going on. Oh jeez. It's not even that bad weather. It's just raining. It's just so annoying. You've got French, I've got Portuguese through the royal blood line. You might have it as well then, to be fair, if you've got French in your DNA. How much percentage are you French? Hope you're okay now, Grace. Yeah, it's, to be honest, the semi-finals were better quality than this. A lot better. This final, I think it's just been very cagey for both teams. I think maybe the nerves just got the better of both of them. Rangers have just dealt with it slightly better, because this is not the Frankfurt that I've seen in the Europa League at all. Yeah, have you done yours on Ancestry? Because Ancestry updates so often. Mine's King James II. I'm a direct descendant of him. They just scored. Bari. Yeah. If it's that bad, go to A&E, Grace. I'd highly recommend, especially with a burn. A goal to Frankfurt. Bore. It's not a great goal to let in. Don't know what Tavernier was doing. Don't know what Bassi was doing. Don't know what Goldson was doing. Both of them could have cleared that cross. That cross should never have come in. So they're just having a cooling break now. Yeah, you're right. It's 101. Yeah, it was shocking. Shocking defending. I'd ring someone. Grace. Just make sure you're alright, okay? So they're just having the water break now. And they're back underway. Here comes Reuda. And there's a bit of feistiness there. Wow, that's going to take some working out, mate. It's where you want to be from, really, though, isn't it? It's for me. It's yeah. You can't say you're from America if you're not got anything to do with America. But I think it's just where you want to choose to be from. Yeah. I'd highly recommend making sure that you are 100% okay there, Grace. Because a burn is a burn. So Sakala's coming on for Scott Wright. Slightly fearful now. Don't shoot. There's Ryan Kent. No foul. Exactly. That is exactly how it should be. It's whatever you want to class as home, wherever you feel the most comfortable. You know. Yeah, we do hope you get better right soon, Chris. Hope it's okay. It's not too bad. Hello, Josh. How are you, mate? So my internet keeps playing up, so I do apologise, guys. Just giving up. Giving up. I'm pretty sure it's not even raining at the moment. The internet just wants to be silly. I'm really annoyed now. Here comes Frankfurt again. It's Roda. The Hoig just. First half wasn't great. It was a bit cagey. The second half has picked up a bit. Rangers got a good goal, and then bad defending from Rangers let Frankfurt in. So yeah, if my internet goes again, I do apologise. Just I'm gonna have to post it. No, I left. I left last week. The Discord. You can message me privately anyway, Josh. Pretty sure you can. Pretty sure you can just message me because we are friends on Discord, so you can just message me, mate. I'm pretty sure you are. Yeah. No. Me and you are friends on Discord anyway, so you can message me. I'll let you deal with that, Grace. Yeah, it's To be fair, I watched. What did I watch? Was it the Marseille Feyenoord semi-final? That was woeful. that was so poor. The semi-finals of the Europa has actually been really good, but this final has been awful. I have to admit. How far are we behind on comments now? Exactly. I don't even like answering the question, to be fair. I'm me. You know, I've lived in countries all over the world due to my job, but you know, Oh, jeez. Going to Frankfurt. It's the army life though, Josh. To be fair, it's yeah. I'd say I've probably lived in like 12 different countries easily. And when I mean lived, I literally have lived there. It's not like go away for like 2 weeks or 6 weeks for assignment or something. I've literally lived there. So yeah, about 12 different countries in total. Is it? I haven't really been looking, to be honest. I just do my thing. It's a weird one. I think it's mainly through the mental health chat because I get a lot of messages through Instagram on that. So yeah, I'm very thankful for everybody that's subscribed. It's very, what's the word, humbling that people like to listen to me talk and waffle is what I call it. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to call it the waffle sports and talk because I just do mainly waffling. Yeah, this game's really turned really bad now. Why will everyone be looking at your head? Yeah, I'll definitely appreciate people. You ever get to a point where you just think, why do people want to listen to me? Because I don't even like listening to myself. I get bored of my own voice. So much so I don't even talk during the day. I just don't really do talking. Can't stand my voice. See, to me, my voice sounds really squeaky, but my partner says it's quite. I can't remember the word she's used actually, but for me, it sounds squeaky in my head. Yeah, there's definitely been some poor Champions League finals I can think of. But yeah, the finals you expect them to be magical, don't you? But they just turn out to be an absolute flop. And this one has so far been quite disappointing. I was quite looking forward to this, but this will probably suit Rangers more, being like this because Frankfurt are very good offensively. Once they get in the groove, they're very hard to stop. So I suppose in a way this kind of suits Rangers because Knauf and Kamada have been kept rather quiet, to be honest. My hay fever is playing up so badly. Miss Sakala. Oh no way, that's awesome, mate. You should give it a try though. Should give it a go. Thanks, mate. It's just yeah. It's just It was a scary voice in the army. That much I do know. I've been told that by many privates. That my voice is very scary when I get when I screamed at people. Yeah, I've been told I have a very aggressive voice when shouting. To me, it's quite squeaky. Just make sure you keep it cold. Check the colour of it as well. Yeah, just keep a really good eye on it. I'm slightly worried that you might have done something a little bit worse than just a burn. That's Mike Myers there, isn't it? I think this is going to extra time, isn't it? Oh, that's good. The 86th minute now. Can't see there being another goal in this. I think it's going to extra time. No, does that? I like him in Austin Powers. I don't think I've seen many of his other films other than Shrek and Austin Powers. Mike Myers. It's always good to try and give yourself love, but that is my biggest hurdle, unfortunately, is giving myself any credit. I don't really. Yeah, it's a weird one for me. I don't particularly like it for myself. That is, I feel uncomfortable with praising myself. And here comes Frankfurt. Frankfurt going to get a last minute winner to. Oh, they are. If Rangers going to defend like this. Oh, just wide from Kostic. Oh, bad defending by Rangers again. See you later. Where are we? So I missed loads of comments again. Sorry, guys. Do it this way. It's a lot easier. No. It's not easier. Yeah, I get what you're saying about Flores there, mate. You know, I think yeah, it's a little bit weird, isn't it? Like if you've played here for a certain amount of years, you can then become to be able to play for England and stuff. And I just find that a little bit weird sometimes. Thanks, guys. So it's just my partner does it to me as well. She's like, you got to take some credit for yourself, and I think it's all to do with people in my past that have sucked pretty much everything away, and it's just But thank you guys, I do appreciate it. Yeah. Hopefully, I win that battle one day. Hopefully, it's always a hope for me. Don't expect it, but here's Glenn. Here comes Rangers. Come on, Rangers. Barisic is out for a corner, I think. Sorry. Yeah. I'll use my fingers. It's going to be a lot easier this way. So I've got a touch screen laptop, so I can. Darlington. Live in the mirror of Darlington. Stop. Okay. I'm sorry that you can. Sorry you can relate sadly to it, mate. It's not fun. Clearly not fun. Really not fun, actually. Makes life just a little bit more trickier, sadly. Yeah. For me, it's just a bit annoying. What's going on here? Get off. Yeah, so Carla's. Yeah. I think they would have won this quite easily with Morelos. And probably Harji as well, to be honest. I think if those two were playing tonight, it'd been a whole different kettle of fish. Yeah, that's a good idea, mate, to be honest. Yeah. So what I'm trying to do with my mental health thing is just slowly talk about different subjects, because a lot of people just think mental health is just depression and that's that. But it's so much bigger than that. You know, so many different avenues of. My internet's dropping again. I do apologise. Yeah, that's good. That's good, mate. I'm guessing you're talking about. I like the way they do that. That's funny. The way you do that's funny. But yeah, it's my. Yeah, it's still in there. So I'm just having a look at something here. Yeah. So I was making sure that the StreamYard was linked. yeah, it's very hard to love yourself when certain people tell you not to love yourself, especially when those people are meant to be like, yeah. No, I'm not getting into that tonight. Try to enjoy my football. Good hay fever as well. And we're in extra time, people, which is not what I wanted at all. I did not want extra time. I had extra time last night. But yeah. Just. So it's 1-1 at the moment. They'll be having a small break. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Can't force people to like you, and if they don't like you, move on. Is the connection still playing up? Yeah. Yeah, you just have to remember sometimes that some people's paths are a lot darker than others, and um, yeah, but yeah, exactly. We just don't know what people have been through here, so yeah, it's a hard one. No matter what, even if for me, um, there isn't a scale of mental health suffering. You know, if you're suffering with mental health, then you're suffering with mental health. Um, and it doesn't matter what you've been through, even if you know. I've known people that have been happy all their lives, and then one thing happened in their life, which was a death in the family, and then mental health just spiraled out of control. And it's yeah, it's just doesn't matter really for me. Like, it can be one thing, it can be multiple things. Mental health is mental health, and we all need to come together and help each other. But yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's trauma is trauma. Um, that's why I feel that doing the mental health chat um, is helping people. I have a lot of positive feedback on Instagram, helping people signpost um, to get the help that um, of people. I've sadly been through more trauma than I would ever like to have gone through. So from my perspective, it's a case of I just want to help as many people as I can, even if it's just, like I said, like with one person being happy all the time, and then all of a sudden one thing just makes them spiral out of control. I'm not going to judge what they've been through. I'll help them. I'm happy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just when, see, with that pain, it's a case of I've come across a couple of people recently that they they believe that um, I have to be very careful how I say it, because I went through everything pretty much when I was a youngster. It shouldn't affect me. And I'm like, if you know anything about psychology, anything about the brain, anything about memories, then to say that to someone is very disrespectful. Um, because things that happen to you as a kid are very hard to get over. Um, Trauma is trauma. It doesn't matter when it happens in your life. It could happen when you could have a happy life until you're 60. Something happens and mental health just comes out the blue. So yeah, I've had a couple recently that have been a little bit odd. Um, yeah, does that make sense? Don't know if it does. It's a tricky one. I don't judge anyone for what they've been through. You know, that's why I've been an open book. I haven't said every chapter in my life, because there's some chapters, one, I can't talk about, and two, I'm not comfortable about talking about it. Um, but I've talked about what I'm comfortable about and what I'm allowed to talk about. Um, and yeah, it's sorry, extra time has kicked off. By the way, sorry, because I'm talking about this. Yeah, I've never judged a single person on their trauma, and I've met so many since I was a kid that who've been going through it, and it's such a dangerous thing. Yeah, so I've really dampened the mood with this, chat. I'm sorry, but yeah, it's people making light of my story is for me wrong. They're entitled to their opinion, um, but to tell me that I shouldn't be struggling with it is no one has any right to say to you, um, all right, let's give an example. You lose your pet tomorrow, your pet dies, and that destroys you. I'm not going to sit here and go, that's just an animal, because you don't know how much that animal means to that person. I love dogs, and I grew very attached to a dog that I fostered for a few months, and I was in bits when she died, Rosie, because she meant everything to me. She actually put a smile on my face in a period of my life that was quite dark. Um, so yeah, you just oh Christ, Hello, King. Sorry, you scared me then. I was just talking.
Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you.
No, it's because when you come up in StreamYard, it goes ping in your ear, and I'm like, oh my word, what was that?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. No, it's just you're talking about one of my favorite topics, and I just felt like, you know what, I just have to join this stream because I feel like we live in a society now where it's like, let's say that I'm Arteta in. Let's just say that, not that I am, or
Yeah,
not that
yeah,
I have a problem with, but let's say that I'm Arteta in.
yeah,
Someone can be Arteta out, and I don't have a problem with that. I will
yeah,
respectfully respect your opinion. But someone will get so triggered that they think that they can insult me and call me delusional just because we don't share views. And I
yeah,
feel like that's not what support should be. That's not what fans are meant to be. We're not supposed to insult each other. We're not supposed to be against each other.
yeah,
If we all love Arsenal, surely we all want Arsenal to move forward. We can have different views, different opinions on how Arsenal should move forward, but it
yeah.
shouldn't get personal
No,
because at the end of the day, the club is going to move in the direction they decide to move in. And regardless of if Charles in Nottingham agrees with it or John
yeah,
in Nigeria don't agrees with it, they're still going to do it. So we don't have to
yeah,
fight. We should just be united. We can have debates, we can have discussions, we can have disagreements, but let's have it in a respectful way where no one feels like, oh, I can't join that channel or I can't listen to that. Or even content creators, sometimes you feel like they are on the fence now because someone's going to put them in the bracket. Oh,
yeah,
but last week you said this about Arteta. How can you say that? It's like, bro, it's just an opinion. Like, relax. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. Well, when you were on Tom's show earlier, I thought um, how it was done. Tom did it brilliantly. I enjoyed that 2 hours, especially when you were on there, obviously, and everyone was very respectful to each other.
Yeah,
And I don't know if you know who Brandon actually is. Do you know who
yeah,
Brandon
yeah,
is?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I know
Yeah.
who. Yeah,
And so for Tom to know who he was and
yeah,
to still be very respectful, considering how much there is hate towards the person that Brandon has something to do with, and because those two don't get on at all, Tom and that person.
yeah. I know, I know, I
And
know.
he was so respectful to him, and I was expecting a bit of a fight with them two, but they were so good with each other. I was like, you know what, Tom, big up to you, because I don't think I could have done it, not with someone linked with that specific person,
Yeah,
because
I understand, but it just tells you how much a big of a personality Tom is, and is one of the reason why I joined this channel
yeah,
because before I didn't agree with what he. You remember? I remember when Ateta just joined,
yeah,
and I think it was around November last year, must have been
yeah,
when I was like, nah, I think the club needs to move on from us because I think we were in terrible form. We weren't playing well. I just didn't see anything positive, if I'm honest. And but he was very pro Arteta.
yeah,
But because of how respectful he was and how he explained his point, I felt like, you know what, I'm gonna join this channel.
yeah.
But a lot of
It,
people can't do that.
no, no, because I've never gone down the AFT route, AFTV route, because there's just too much for me political stuff going in on that channel. It just
Yeah,
seems a
yeah,
little bit
yeah.
too. Did you hear what Julian said on Monday on AFTV?
I didn't, and the reason why is that uh, I don't know him personally, and I don't know anyone who knows him, but I feel like some of the stuff that he's saying is just to get traction rather than something that he really believes. I don't know. I just feel like it's very hard to differentiate what is reality and what is a show to get views when it
Yeah,
comes to that channel.
Yeah, it's just I wish because when you were talking, I was thinking King is on the same page as what I am on, where I never wanted him. I'm not someone that wants him out. I don't want him sacked. I just hope that those little chinks in his armor are he's even going to learn how to do it because I just don't think he's got the quality right now to change it up. And it's like these past two games have been absolutely awful. The Tottenham game was awful. Newcastle game was awful, and we also had a free game before the Chelsea game where we were awful, and we can't deny it. We were awful.
Yeah.
And for for some of that, I would say Mikel Arteta was partly to blame. He doesn't change it up enough. He seems to have one tactic, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
He did do change in Chelsea, which is what I have always said that we need to be more fluid, where we can change from one system into another very quickly. He did that against Chelsea. I've not seen that since. But I know
No,
we
I
can.
know.
You know what I mean? We actually did
I
it
know
against
what
Chelsea,
you
and we
mean.
won, and we looked really good. But
Yeah,
we
yeah.
haven't done it since, and I find that really strange because if you remember when he first came in, we
Mm.
were very defensive,
Yeah.
and we won the FA Cup. We were playing well. We knocked people like big clubs out the FA Cup. We won the FA Cup,
Mm.
but then he changed his tactics all of a sudden. I'm like, this doesn't suit you, mate. I don't think it's right. And he won't go to a back three or back five as we would like sometimes. He just always seems to have to stick to the same system. And I'm like, you need to learn how to do this quickly because that's that's what managers can do. They can change their tactics, and
Yeah,
Arteta can't do that.
I think with Mikel, I think he wants to go down the pep route. So he wants to have a philosophy that he believes in, and regardless of kind of the situation or the opposition, that's the way he wants to play. And instead of maybe being more flexible, he rather
Oh,
die on the
Tariq's in as
sword.
well.
If that's good.
Yeah, here we go. Hello, Tariq.
Big up,
sort
Bobby.
of.
Hi, King. You right, guys?
Yo, big up Tariq, man.
How you doing, my man? How you doing?
Good, good, good.
I was just listening to your conversation, and you know what? It's interesting because like and this is why I love it, and this is why I love the community that I've tried to create. I've been inspired by the likes of Tom and Harry, where we can have open discussions with differences of opinion. And that's what the good thing about, and that's what I really do love because me and Bobby, we have differences in opinion, unlike Arteta, for example. But look, we're here chatting now. King, I'd probably say because I'm not a staunch. I'm not someone who sits on one side of the fence because I don't think that's how the world is. Like, yeah, there's always balance that needs to be created, and yeah, just like in the thoughts of Arteta, I just think that we are improving with him a lot. And when you were saying about that he's shown to have one tactic and those things, when I can give you points during the season when we've changed from those tactics. Like, do you remember when we had Lacazette and Aubameyang, and Lacazette was playing in the 10 and Aubameyang was up top, and then we saw Lokonga and Partey there. We've changed from that into a 4-2-3-1 system, into a 4-3-3, which is when we were good. And then we saw the fluid formation like against Chelsea. And even against Newcastle, it didn't work. But he changed the formation then. And that's where my blame and my look is at, right? Are the players that are actually playing good enough? Because some of the experienced players that we've tried to rely on over the years, in the likes of Lacazette, El Nene, Rob Holding, I know he wasn't playing in that game, but Cedric, who's an experienced player, brought in. Even to an extent, Xhaka, and he's someone that I don't mind, and I think he has a role in the squad. But essentially, they're not the type of players that are going to grab the game by the scruff of the neck and take us over the line, and give us that one moment of brilliance and just relieve pressure in certain moments. And yeah, and that's where I want to see more accountability on the pitch in that way. But yeah, I really do like Mikel Arteta and what he's doing. Yes, he has made mistakes, and I mean every manager has, and he's made more mistakes than the elite managers because he's in his very early days, and that's what I've understood with this whole situation at Arsenal was you have to allow this manager to, as fans, we have to have like a grace, because if you're going to look at it in, like, I know you don't do this, Bobby, but people on the opposite side of opinion that when he makes a mistake, it's the end of the world. Like it's only going to affect your mental health, like,
Yeah.
and linking it back to mental health, because that's why people get depressed in a way watching Arsenal, because their expectations are well above exceeding where we actually are. And people will say it's standards. We uphold standards of the club as well. Those of us who like Arteta, because that's why we like him, because we see there's a possibility to get there, but we know the route that we're taking with it. Yeah, and it might not be the route that the fans necessarily want. Like, I agree with Bobby and yourself, King. I didn't want Arteta in initially because I wanted an experienced manager like Ancelotti, because that would get us to the road of success even quicker. But it has gone well in my opinion. And yes, and now that the dust has settled from the emotion of Monday night where I wasn't speaking during my watch along, as soon as those goals went in, I've started to get a bit of clarity.
I mean, for me, I've been on a kind of long road with Mikel. Like when I didn't want him at first. I'm not even gonna cap. Like I thought it was kind of mad to employ a manager that's never managed before during a time when there was so much pressure on Arsenal. It was a very hostile club to join. And for me, experience is good, but I'm also someone who is like I'm more interested in what kind of football do you want to play? What kind of philosophy do you want to bring to the club? How are we going to improve the young players? How are we going to have something that you can be proud of? Because I know, and all of you know, that Arsenal aren't going to be a club who's going to be like a Man City and win
Mm-hmm.
4 or 5 league titles in 7 years. That's not who we are. But that doesn't mean that we can't be a club who maybe every 5 or 6 years can lift the league trophy, who, when we peak, can, do something in Champions League. And when we are not peaking, we can at least be a Champions League team and win some domestic cups every now and then. And obviously, football goes in cycles. Sometimes you're going to have a period when you're not successful. And I think fans like to rewrite history.
Yeah.
Some of the fans talk like Arsenal have been winning the league every year since we became Arsenal, and it's just now that we have a dip, and we have a dip now because the fans don't demand enough. And I think it's a lot of BS. I think if you check through Arsenal's history, I think we've had three kind of long successful period, and one was with Herbert Chapman, the
Yeah.
other one was with George Graham, and obviously the last one was with Arsene Wenger.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've managed to won a few titles every here and there, but we've not had a 20 years period where we were just dominating English football and just picking up titles, and now
Mm-hmm.
we just are not. But going back to Mikel, for me, it's like, and I said it today on Tom's stream, I don't have a problem with the structure. I actually like it.
Yep. Me
Don't have a
too.
problem with the players that we are buying. I like them too. I'm not on this, oh, why did you spend 50 million on Ben White? He can't even defend. And it's like, okay, you say he can't defend, but do you think Gabriel is better? Yeah, but Ben White has better stats. Oh, but you just a stat merchant. But it's like, okay, but now you have an agenda, because if I can't bring up stats
Mm-hmm.
and I can't bring up anything, you just think he's not good. But
He's
come on, you
disregarding
have to
your
bring
argument.
it. Yeah, it's just to disregard your argument. And if you have an agenda, we can't have an open discussion. But for
Very
me, it's
true.
more like the quality of football that me personally that I enjoy. is very much based on what I saw during Arsene Wenger, when I
Yeah.
saw when I was watching Brazil when I grew up, when I saw watching Holland. Like, I've always enjoyed the beautiful game more than the pragmatic game. I have
Yeah.
respect for the pragmatic game. I can support it, but it's not what I prefer. But for me, with Mikel, what worries me, Tariq, is that when we are poor, we
Yeah.
are really poor. And when he set us up for a game plan and that doesn't work, he can't then fix it. Like, if we go 1-0 down, probably 9 out of 10 times we lose. I
Hmm.
think we have very crazy stats to when we concede first. And that is something that I've looked at that ever since he joined, and I haven't really seen a lot of progress in it. Yeah, I do think that setting up the team is getting better. The way we play, especially when we're playing well, is good. But I'm worried that his limitation, or before he reach a level where he can overachieve and finish higher than managers who are better or a bigger name than him,
Yeah.
it's going to take so long that clubs are just going to continue running away from us. And so therefore I'm more of a, if we can get a manager who's better than him, has more experience, and continue the great work that he's actually done, because I do think he's done a good job, then I'm not against it. I'm not like, oh, Ateta must go. He's useless. He's clueless. He doesn't know anything. I hate him. Like, for me, that's just, it's boring. Honestly, I can't. I struggle to take it serious when I hear it because it's not real. Like, even if you say that, but we're just 2 points away from getting to the Champions League. It's
Yeah.
like, no, he should have done better. But if you don't rate the players that he bought, you don't rate anyone in our squad, and you don't rate Mikel as a manager, then surely finishing fifth with those bad players and his bad tactics, that's quite good, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's why I struggle to, have a discussion with them. But I do think that you raise some points that are good, and I'm not like against him.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure if he will ever be the manager whose tactics is so good that we are now becoming one of the best teams, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
And I think you yourself, and I know Bobby thinks that of the opinion too, is you're well within your rights because that's still unproven in a way. So there is, and that's where Klopp, Pep Guardiola, these guys would have had their doubters, not necessarily doubters in a way that you guys, but you guys are questioning things and you're still yet to see, and that's why you're not sure. But that's where I like that, and that's where I can have a discussion with you guys and try and give you pointers and say, right, this is what I think. For example, like when you mentioned about during the game, like when we go 1-0 down, our record this season especially has been poor. And when we will go 1-0 down, we tend to lose. I think it was only the Wolves game which we actually came back to win. So yeah, but what my opinion looking at that is, yes, I think Arteta does need to take some criticism and pointers, because some of the substitutions haven't been great in certain moments. But a majority of my blame is on the players' mentality. And I'm not saying that these guys are weak, because I think a lot of them are young, and that's you only learn with you through your mentality. Like for the person I am today, linking it back to mental health as well, Bobby. See, football and mental health. I know this is what this
Exactly.
channel is all about.
Yeah.
For me, my person in my life, my worst period where I was suffering with depression. Well, this is whilst I was at uni, in fact, and I was suffering with depression. I didn't even realize it at that point. I had anxiety attacks, and once again, only took me further down the line to really understand. And in the moment, I didn't have a clue. Thinking, never actually doing it, but thinking of, on the edge of, suicide and those things. Those experiences have really made me appreciate the moments and how to overcome certain difficult situations that, you know, in work, trying to build this channel, in life, and the difficult moments and those things that happen in personal life. I would have responded to them in a much different way, and I would have, you know, you guys would have like, Tariq, man, like, what are you doing in respond? How what see, this isn't how you're supposed to respond. And I never had a dad in that way to help me with those things, so I had to learn through those experiences, and I think that's what these players are having to do, go through these, and including the manager, because remember, it's his first job, so he's still going to have to learn how to respond from adversity in those areas. And I think he has done that well when we have gone through moments of poor, like, droughts where we lost 3 games like we did against Southampton, Brighton and Crystal Palace, and then bouncing back against Chelsea by switching up the tactics. He's done it previously as well, last season, when that was probably the closest I was to saying, yeah, I think we need to get rid of this guy, when we went through that barren run in that November period.
Yeah.
And even against Wolverhampton Wanderers in a 90-minute game, he made those decisions, but the players' mentality was completely different, because we felt, you know, I think what he tried to create against Newcastle, we felt that injustice with that goal because it came from a mistake. And we actually didn't start that game very well, but because of that injustice was created, and we actually performed better since we conceded that goal in that game. And when Pepe came on, you saw a different attitude. And this is where we had belief and thinking, all right, are we going to get a different Pepe? Like how Arteta's been speaking about since he come back from AFCON and those things. And it didn't turn out. But that's where I think these guys and the team itself are learning. And why my blame goes back to the experienced players, because these guys should be instilling that. With Liverpool, I remember Jurgen Klopp in those early days, they were conceding loads of goals. People were questioning Jurgen Klopp. Does he know how to set up a defence right? When they had like Ragnar Klavan at the back. Does he know how to carry a single? Oh, yeah. These Bundesliga managers, yeah, they're very attacking, get the Gergen pressing, but you can't do that in the Premier League because you'll leave spaces open. And then he gets an Alisson, a Van Dijk, and then what? They're the best defense in the league, and have been since they've been there playing. Of course, last season that wasn't the case, but whilst they've been playing, they've been one of the best defenses in the world. So I just think we need those individuals into the side now to really create that spine that's world class. Those players who may not be world class when we sign them, but Virgil van Dijk wasn't world class when they signed him. Alisson still had his doubters. Yes, he was a very good goalkeeper.
Sorry,
That's all right. No worries.
wrong one.
But you see what I'm saying? Like that's where,
Yeah.
and talking about King,
Yeah.
just one more thing. When you spoke about the history of Arsenal, that's what we did with Arsene Wenger. We didn't sign these players that were world class ready. We signed them on the cusp, and then they became world class. So I'm hoping that's going to happen, and that Arteta will stick to those like club values.
Yeah, but I think like one thing that people don't consider is that Arsenal hasn't really ever been that club who just signed big player upon big player, even when we were successful during George Graham or
Yeah.
Arsene Wenger.
Yeah.
Like we weren't the club who was spending the most money or buying the biggest players. I think for years Mark Overmars was our most expensive signing, I think, for like 15, 20 years before we bought Mesut Özil. And I think even when they check like inflation rates and stuff like that, Overmars was still like a bit more expensive. But yeah, going back to what you're saying, I mean, for me, at the end of the day, I know that Arteta is going to be here. Everybody knows that he's going to be here.
Yeah.
The summer is coming now. I hope that they learn from the January window, because I feel like that's an example where experience is important. So like he decided that let's make the squad thinner to lift up the mood. I have fewer players to deal with, and the few players that I have, they will be happy, and that should be able to carry us. Why? someone like Conte and even Klopp looked at their squads and be like, you know what? Let's try and identify what we can improve. We do it now, and then we kick on. And we can see what it's meant to Liverpool to bring in Diaz. We can see what it meant to Tottenham to bring in Kulusevski and Bentancur. And we can see to Arsenal how it has damaged us to get away with so many players. And for me, it wasn't like, oh, you had to keep all of them. But I do think that we should have kept maybe one or two more of them, or at least bring in one or two players. And I know people like to ask, but who should you bring in? But at the end of the day, I'm a fan. I'm not a data analyst. I don't have access to all the data and videos and that you need to identify what player suits best for
Hey,
what
it costs
system.
a lot. That's why, King.
Yeah, it does, but surely the club has. So for me, it's
Yeah.
like just because I feel like we should do this doesn't mean that I can just name you 100 players that, oh, if you brought in this player, it would 100% work. But that's what you want from your edu. That's what you want from the manager. You want them to be able to put that pressure on the ownership and be like, you know what? We have a golden opportunity to get into the Champions League. And if we reach Champions League, your guys are gonna be happier, you're gonna make more money, and we're gonna be able to even strengthen the squad more because certain players will only join if we are in Champions League. Or we're gonna have to overpay for them. And and we don't want that. We don't want a squad where someone who we should pay 100k a week, we are now paying them 200k a week because we're not in Champions League. And that's what happened. Either you overpay or you pay less quality.
Yeah, I hear that, man. And just sorry, Bobby, if you want to say something. Sorry, I
No,
know
no, no. Carry on. Carry on.
I've been rambling on for a while. But yeah, into that point, I do think you're right. Preferably, I wanted us to sign at least one player, and my priority was in central midfield myself. So I definitely understand that point of view. And to play devil's advocate, and I've thought about it in this way, and
Yeah.
I think it kind of makes sense. Is with Tottenham, for example, and Liverpool, but like Tottenham in particular, because they're closer and in and around us, they have world-class players now in Heung-min Son and Harry Kane. Oh, I thought Rangers about to score then.
Oh,
Sorry.
You're just slightly ahead of me. Oh.
But yeah, they've got world-class players now that aren't getting any younger. The threat of obviously Harry Kane leaving was still there. So they had to take that risk and sign players in January. And they had to with Conte there as well. That's another one who's at threat of leaving. Whereas at Arsenal, that we can afford to be more patient because for one, the majority and the spine of our team is young. The spine of, and that's the manager is young and he's committed to the job. What a block off the line that is. So yeah, and that's where I feel like, yes, we can, minimize the risk by signing someone in January where we've made those errors previously. Signing our Denis Suarez, that's the loan signing. I think I was having a conversation with someone the other day when they were saying, "Oh, why didn't you just bring someone on loan?" We've done that with Denis Suarez, Kim Kallstrom, Martin Odegaard was one of the, and even that at that period, he wasn't regarded as a success by most of the fan base. But yeah, and looking at the signings that we've made in panic, like the Lucas Perez's for strikers, they've only set us back further. And even in a way, Aubameyang was a panic buy because that Aubameyang was signed because we let go of Alexis in that January window. There wasn't too many links coming out with us and Aubameyang, but with the Aubameyang situation, the scenario changed at Borussia Dortmund too, whereas that didn't happen in this January for a player that could immediately improve the side in January, because with Aubameyang at Dortmund, he fell out with Thomas Tuchel. He got diminished from the squad, and at that late point in January, and that enabled us to sign him. So that's where I'm looking at it and saying, all right, I understand the patient approach, where our targets who we know for or have a really high chance of succeeding will be here, will be available in the summer. You know, like who we've spoken about when you're doing your January fantasy window, Bobby.
Yeah.
Those are we've got those targets available. Whereas in January, the only players that are available are even Kulusevski in a way. He's a very good signing for Spurs, but you know, players that are surplus to requirements at their current club. So it's difficult to make a signing like that is going to immediately improve. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. 2 questions really.
Yeah.
I'm doing this like this is your show. I'm sorry. I'm used to being on your show, so it's a little bit weird now.
Sorry, man. I'm just chatting.
That was the mental health chat that I did yesterday, that's actually football related mental health chat.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I actually talked about you because on Monday I was actually worried about you because I thought your mental health might have been, because as you know, I was predicting us 5th anyway, so I was prepared for 5th. So
yeah,
I was
mentally prepared.
Yeah, exactly. I was mentally prepared. I wasn't prepared for that performance. That performance was absolutely disgusting for me. I was disappointed. But anyway, that's that point. I was going to ask you a second. Oh yeah, you're with Mikel. Have you got a breaking point of your support for him?
It's a very good question. I do have a breaking point, and what was showing that to me was, why I've come closest to my breaking point was after we lost to Spurs in that 2-0. Do you remember in lockdown? It was in like November-ish time, something like that. But then before that, we was playing turgid football. Like, it was horrible with most of our main players there, players that, you know, that we thought, okay, that could get us into the top 4 that season. And I think you are spot on talking about being like mentally prepared, because Newcastle's defeat, it hurt bad. Yeah, but it didn't hurt as bad as like some of those defeats, because I'm kind of in the same boat as you. As like, I kind of like, you know, like Moss, for example, big up Moss in the chat. Like you guys have been like, yo, we're getting top 3, forget top 4. I wasn't kind of like there. I was like, I mean, the opportunity's there for top 4, and in reality, I know we're not actually good enough if we're talking about to be the 4th best team, like given what I thought was going to play out at the start of the season. But the opportunity was there. But I also knew that, you know, that regardless whether they're in top 4 or not, a lot of these players that are playing currently, that were playing in that Newcastle game, needed to be gone, like, or sent right back down to like where Al Neni was, where he was barely playing, coming in as a little squad rotation. But my breaking point to that question, it would be, my breaking point would come this season coming, because
that's fine.
I expect us to get Champions League football next season now. Like, that's if Arteta is at any point even at the start of the season, because this is it now. If we go first 3 games like how we did this season, I'll be getting closer to that breaking point, and I'll be like, right, this has been a while now. There's no more. All right, you can't. The signings, you haven't signed all the amount of players, because we let a lot of players go, like obviously in the past 2 seasons and whatnot. But we have at least now we actually have a good starting 11, where if we have the likes of Tierney, Partey back, so I can see our 11, our best 11 right now that we can certainly improve on, and then make other player squad rotation is Ramsdale, Tomiyasu at right back, Benjamin White, Gabriel centre backs, Tierney left back, Partey in the middle with Ødegaard next to him, Xhaka to the left, and then Martinelli or Emil Smith-Rowe on the left, and a striker, whoever that's going to be. That's the only hole really in the first 11 that needs immediate improvement, and Saka. So there's no excuses for the start of the season for Mikel Arteta for me. No first 3 games like we had this season, or there's no rocky periods. We can't afford to have that. next season. So there's my breaking point. If we show any signs that we've even had this season, next season, then I'm like, all right, nah, this ain't the right man. So that's my breaking point. What about for you? What would yours be? Because as you said, you've come in with an expectation of like, you know, even through our best period, you've been like, I still think we're gonna,
Yeah.
you know.
So I had to be honest with myself though, because it's not that I dislike Mikel Arteta. I as you know, I've done loads of stats on it. I've wrote loads of stuff down, and you know what I do privately anyway.
Yeah.
So for me, I just studied it, and I was like, we just can't get fourth. I didn't think Man United would drop as much as they have this year. To be fair, that has been the biggest shock.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been prepared for fifth, but I'm giving him a good summer window, and I'm giving him 10 games for next season. 10 games is my rule. I always do 10, 20, 30, and then end of season for me. I think managers, as you know, I do something privately, and my rule is 10 games because you can't be sacked after 3 games. That hurts me. That makes me feel sick because those 3 games could be against literally what we had this season. Someone that's been promoted at their home ground, first ever game at their ground, pretty much, and then 2 the massive teams of the league. That's what we faced. You can't be sacked after 3 games like that. So exactly. 10 games, it should be kind of a well balanced 10 games, pretty much. You know, team that you should be, and a couple of big games maybe, and then it will kind of give you a work. But if he's 10th after 10 games, see you later.
Oh, of course, yeah, I'm with you on that.
You know what I mean? Yeah, because he needs a good summer as well. And if I hear the excuse that we have to get rid of players before we sign anybody, I'm probably going to be out with Edu as well.
Yeah, me too. Because you know me, I've been very patient, more patient than most, in a way. Even with Moss, you know, Moss is out here saying we should go to a back 3. I'm like, no. He's trying to build something here, and it's going to take time. If we revert away from that and revert away from his principles, that's where I'm like, okay, if you take away those principles of play, you're going to confuse players and you're not having clear direction, which is what Emery lost in the end. So if that was the case where we have gone, like as you said, Bobby, we've completely got rid of loads of players in January and the summer, and how many seasons since Arteta's been here? I'm not having that excuse of no way. If we need to sign Gabriel, if we're going to sign Gabriel Jesus, we need to get rid of Al Neni or something first. No chance. No chance.
No, I can't hear that excuse once this year because I can see it coming because we've got Ashley Maitland-Niles, we've got Bellerin, and Torreira's, as far as I know, is already going, isn't he? Who else is the other one? Guendouzi's already signed. Mavropanos is already gone, pretty much. So I'm just going to see this penalty goal. I was
playing FIFA earlier on, so I should know this.
Who's the other one that's on there? There's another one. Well, Saliba's got to come back. That will be also an Edu out for me if Saliba does not come back.
Yeah,
because that guy is incredible. I've seen enough of him now this season to know that he is incredible.
Mm.
And I differ with you with the back. I think we can have both options, the back 5. Because as you've seen me on Tom's show, that I have this thing about back 5s. I have this thing about Luno as well, the young left back. I think that kid is going to be something special to keep an eye out for at some point. And Birev, I'm literally. I think I might actually put him on the new black shirts when I get it. It's Birev. Oh no, Mika Birev. I love him. Yeah. I think that guy is something special. But yeah, I think we can have both options. But for that, we need a squad. And I've said this word so many times. It's a squad, not a first team, not backups. I can't stand that word.
Yeah.
You can't trust a backup. See, if we get Hickey, which is the main talking one, that I think is a great squad player because 100%. that doesn't guarantee Tierney a place. Because you can't, if you're guaranteed a place in Arsenal's squad, are you going to be that bothered?
No way.
Exactly. Well, because you play football, I've played football.
Yeah.
I always had a good squad right back to compete against. Yeah. And admittedly, I win because I would make the extra effort in training. and I
Yeah,
would perform on the game. And I guarantee there's the centre backs that are behind you that want your spot.
exactly. The same here.
Look
The
at
best
City. The
Mhm.
reason why City is so good is that if you're not performing, you're not playing. Look
There
at
you go.
Liverpool now. The
Yeah,
reason why they've evolved, like,
exactly.
look at someone like Mane when Diaz came. He was like, you know what, you're not taking my spot. Everybody's turning up. You need competition in football, and I think that's the next step. We need to improve the starting 11, and we need to make sure that there's competition in every in every position. We can't have it like Saka is playing every game if
Yeah.
he's not injured, even if he's tired, even if he's out of form. It's not good for him.
Mm-mm.
I've seen us gone down that route before with Fabregas,
I
and the
remember that.
reason why Fabregas dipped so much when he turned 30 is because he was overused as a teenager. And
Mhm.
we've seen it with Walcott, we've seen it with Wilshere. You know,
Rooney.
Wayne Rooney is a great example. Like, they peaked early. Michael Owen, another one. They peak early, they get overused, and then they crash. And then people forgot even how good they were, because when they crashed, the crash was so deep. And for me, it's like, I love Saka, I love Martinelli, I love Smith Rowe, but they shouldn't be starting week in and week out. It's not
Exactly.
good and fair to them, because it's not just about footballing wise and the body, but mentally.
Yes.
They need to get out from the heat sometimes and just sit and learn and watch. It's not good when you are 20 years old and you
No.
feel like everything is on your shoulder. Because I've listened to podcasts, I've listened to footballers, I listened to Fabregas when he was speaking, and you can tell that it was
Yeah.
just too much. And at some point, if it gets too much, they leave. And we don't want that. We want
Mm.
them to stay, to be competitive, to grow, and to sit and learn.
Very, very true. And that's what, yeah, me and Bobby were saying. That's what we need, those competition for places. And yeah, because even with Saka, I think he can become, equivalent to Man City, De Bruyne, in a way where, if De Bruyne is going to play like almost every game, but he doesn't play every game because he gets rested and rotated for reasons.
Look at Foden, as good as he is.
Exactly.
He doesn't
Oh
play every
no.
game.
Aaron Ramsey as well, our boy.
Did
That's the
Ramsey
reason why
miss?
I'm wearing the Arsenal shirt as well.
I
Oh,
didn't even know he was playing for Rangers. Oh my God.
He's
I
come on
forgot
as
that they signed
substitute.
him.
he
Yeah,
looks
When
it's
did
like
he's run up, man. He looks so nervous. That's
that
a
was a
poor
poor
penalty.
oh,
penalty.
jeez.
Oh, Ramsey.
But yeah, very good point about Foden. In
Yeah.
fact, because he's someone that's been very, like, people were calling out, oh, why isn't he playing him? He'd be so good. Why isn't he playing, etc. It's true, man. You have to be patient with these young players mentally, and that's the big factor. Such a good penalty. But that's the reason why I agree with you so much on that is the mental factor that we don't take into consideration as fans, because we treat these players like robots. In all
Yeah,
honesty,
we do, guys. But listen, it was lovely speaking to you, Bo. I gotta bounce, but I hope to see you all on the stream together soon, man.
Yeah, that'd be
King,
great,
don't
King.
you worry. We've got something planned. Well, I've got quite a few Arsenal streams planned where we're talking about. So
Yeah.
I want you and Bobby and Moss in the place as well. And Peony, if you'd like to as well.
Yeah, we gotta
But yeah,
listen to that Shrek voice.
yes, we've got all-time Arsenal 11. So like you have
Ooh,
to pick. He said we might do it in a draft format as well, guys. You know what I mean? So
wow.
it makes it a little bit interesting. So some of the
Wow.
picks are going to be a bit out there, and you're going to pick some of your cult heroes. But and then you know what? Keep sell or keep sell, or what's it, loan? Yeah, keep selling loan. Got loads of those things, and season reviews, of course, and award shows.
Yeah, Gakpo is decent, Moss. I would take him at Arsenal,
Yeah,
100%.
I'd have Gakpo.
I've not seen enough of him personally.
No, he's definitely because he's fluid enough, so he can play in multiple positions as well. So he's
Yeah,
perfect for us.
See
cool.
you guys. Take
Take
care.
care, King.
See you
Hope
later,
you have a
King.
good one, man. Good
Ta-ra,
night,
mate.
sleep as well, bro.
But yeah, because I have an idea that I want to talk to you as well about.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, never mind it. Right, never mind. I'm going to turn that TV off now. I don't want to see that happening. But yeah, just let everyone know that Rangers have lost. There we go. That's the stream, right? Anyway, this is not professional.
We ain't getting paid for this, unless you want.
Well, what I was going to do, because I was thinking of doing a match day squad 18 from the top 5 teams, then position 6 to 10, then 11 to 15, and then the bottom 5. Choosing a match day squad out of all of those, because I was thinking that would be quite interesting to see who come out of that. Like who be the best goalkeeper, because that's quite interesting, I thought, because then you're not just stuck. Because if you did a match day squad out of the Premier League, it's going to be mainly Man City and Liverpool in it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And if you took those 2 teams out, it'd probably still be like the top 6 or 8 teams. Let's be honest. So I was thinking maybe.
When you're making like the match day squad, is it like, are we making
18
teams? 18, or is it one team?
It's the first team and then subs.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, so because I don't like the fact that when you go for like goalkeepers, you're just going to choose one, aren't you?
Yeah.
If you're doing match day squad, you're going to have 2 goalkeepers, so that makes it a bit more interesting.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking that I was trying to draw it up earlier, but no, I just couldn't be bothered. But it is an idea that I like.
Nice, it's class. I like that, because me and Ed, before I started this YouTube channel, we used to do like, you can only pick 1 player per team draft.
Yeah.
And you have to pick like 20 players. Like you have to pick 1 player out of every team and put them in the squad, and then compare each positions and who you got coming off the bench and those things. So I love that idea, because it makes you think way harder.
Yeah, because it's also includes the relegated teams, doesn't it? Because the bottom 3. Yes. It'll be Everton and hang on, let's look it out, because Leeds are going down. So it'll be between Everton, Burnley,
and Leeds,
Norwich, and Watford.
Yeah,
and that would be quite an interesting match day squad out of that.
It's true. I don't think there's many Burnley players that I can think of that I'd really take.
Connor Roberts.
He's like him. He had a very good. Do you remember? Did you watch the game when we played Burnley?
Probably. I'll probably watch most games, yeah. If it's on Sky, I'll watch it.
Oh, yeah. I don't think this one was on Sky. Don't tell the police how I was watching it there. But yeah, he was man of the match, and he locked up Martinelli in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was quality, Connor Roberts. That's a good shout, that is.
I like him. He scored a good goal in the game that I watched, I think.
Southampton.
Yeah, probably. There's so many games I watched. I can't remember. Every night.
When it comes to football and that, man, like my brain works so well. I can just remember it. I was watching your stream when that happened as well.
Oh, were you?
He cut on his left side, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked him at Swansea, to be fair, and he only cost like, was it 5 million or something like that? It was ridiculous money.
Yeah,
it was like next to nothing.
It was crazy.
I've just realised I'm still on stream. Hello, everyone. But I'm going to shut down the stream, but I'll speak to you in a minute, Drake, anyway.
Exactly.
So thank you for joining in, and I'll speak